All right. All right, what up, people? What's going on? What's popping? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? Let me make sure this shit is working correctly before I get into all of the shit. You feel me? All right, so before we get into anything, remember, guys, to get How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day ebook, hard copy, and audiobook. Get these at MrLocario.com. Remember, these come with two bonus audio programs. One is the Conversation Booster, one is the Confidence Booster. So you get this book plus two free bonus audio programs when you get this book. You feel what I'm saying? And if you get the hard copy, of course, you get an autograph in the hard copy. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah, so we about to get down today on some real shit. So today I'm gonna talk about how to become the top 20% of guys who get the most chicks, right? Because I did a video the other day, and I was talking about how you have guys out here who are getting most of the women, and so some people, because at first I think I did a video I was talking about how women are out here having sex and hooking up and doing all this other stuff. So a guy was like, how is that, happening? How is that occurring if there's a lot of guys who are not having sex? And basically what I was saying in this other video is I was saying that there's guys out here who are having a lot of sex with most of the women. So again, like I said in the video, what up, Elliot Morris Jr., Abad, what's going on? So like I was saying in the other video, I was saying that if you have 100 women and 100 guys, 20 guys out of the 100 guys are having sex with 80 of the women out of the 100 women. You understand what I'm saying? So, and those are the top 20%. Those are the top guys that women are, into and checking. You see what I'm saying? And so what happens is that if you want to be that guy, right, there's certain things that you need to do. See, some guys think that, the only guys who are going to get hot girls, or the only guys who are going to get girls just in general, are the guys who have to be the best looking dudes, or the guys with a whole bunch of money, some other like ridiculous shit, right? So today, real quick, I want to tell you guys how you can become one of those top dudes. You feel what I'm saying? And so this is going to help you out when you're out there interacting with women, getting to get more women, all this other stuff, right? So this is the thing. The reason why you got so many guys out there, what up, DIM, what's going on? The reason why you got so many guys out here who have trouble getting women is because they're in that section of guys who either may have like one girlfriend here and there, or they're just usually getting nothing going on. You understand? Lanier was popping. You said help them get out that 60%. Yeah, so that's the thing. So again, you're gonna have, if you have 100 guys, 20 of those guys are getting the most girls. Then you have another 20 who may get a girlfriend here and there, and then you got a 60%, the rest of the guys, which is 60 left, who are not really getting anything going on. You understand? You say, hey, do good-looking guys get rejected the same way as ugly guys from hot girls? Yes, because what's good-looking and what's not good-looking is subjective. So a girl might say, let's say you have Janet, she thinks, Justin looks good. But Tiffany thinks Justin is ugly. Justin's the same guy. Two different girls, they think two different ways. So Tiffany's going to, let's say she rejects him because she's like, oh, well, I don't like him. I don't like the way he looks. There you go. King Ramsey, you said your fine ass gets rejected all the time? Man. So yeah, so the thing is, I want to get you guys to understand how to become that dude. Now, this is the thing. Almost any guy can be in that top 20%. And the thing is, to a lot of different women, you may already be there. for certain women. But what I want you to do is I want you to have most of the women see you like that. So what I'm saying is, if you walk into a room and you're chilling into like you're at an event, at a party, whatever, and let's say there's 100 women there, I want at least 80 of them to look at you like, you know, okay, they would be interested in you. You understand? I want you to have a large majority of the women to be like, okay, yeah, this is probably the guy. Now, some of them at first might not see you that way, but when you approach and talk to them, more of them will see you that way. But either way, by the end of the day or the end of the night or whatever, you should be able to have a lot of chicks see you that way. You should be having a lot of chicks that want to fuck with you and deal with you. And see, a lot of this goes with understanding sort of how women work and how women operate and what attracts women to men. See, the problem is, the reason why a lot of guys have issues. John Wicker was probably, yeah, I'm gonna have some calls in a minute. I'm gonna get through this and then I'm gonna have some calls soon. But what I'm saying is, the reason why a lot of guys don't get things going with women is because they haven't taken the time to figure out or to see what makes a woman tick, what makes a woman attracted to you. Ty Lucky was popping, appreciate it. Dead memes was going on. So what I wanted to get you guys to understand and to see is how you will be perceived or looked at as that top 20%, right? So now, this is the thing. First things first is this. And this is the hard part for most dudes, right? Yeah, my eye look like it's fucking red already and shit. This shit has been itching like crazy. Anyway. So that's the first thing. First dudes gotta really, 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 really change their mindset. You understand? They gotta change their mindset. So the thing is this. Most guys, the reason why they can't just attract women in the first place, or most women don't find them attractive, is really their mindset. Because from your mindset, that's going to dictate everything else that's going on with you. You understand? That's going to, affect everything else. So if your mindset is fucked up, if you have a negative mindset, it's over. Because the negative mindset is going to affect how you think about yourself. It's going to affect how you dress. It's going to affect how you talk to women. It's going to affect how you, receive rejection. You understand? All right, so I see Nignog is trolling in the room. I don't see my moderators here, but I see him trolling. But yeah, the mindset is the key factor from the beginning. So what happens is that you have to have a mindset of a man who actually can get girls. You got to have that mindset of a man who thinks he can get women. You have to have that mindset of a man who, is not afraid to go up and talk to women. Period. But see, this is the hard part for most guys, because they always make what's going on outside themselves dictate how they should feel about themselves. So the thing is that you have to first switch your mindset, and you have to continuously, you understand, tell yourself and talk to yourself and let yourself know, hey, look, I'm valuable. Chicks want me. Chicks want to make shit pop. This is what I actually talk about in my book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. The first chapter is talking about being that guy who has that mindset. This is why I tell you guys to get the book. So it teaches you how to get that mindset, right? Now, the second thing that guys need to do if they want to be in that top 20%, right, is a lot of guys, you funny you said tell beaches to switch your mindset. A lot of guys have to work on their appearance. You understand? Your appearance is important. So the thing that messes up a lot of guys is they don't realize how important their appearance is. Dudes is always talking about, oh well, I don't look good. I'm not the best looking dude. Fuck all of that. Listen, work on your appearance. That's something everyone can do. Period. You understand? Work on your appearance. So the thing is, you have guys out there, if they would actually work on their appearance, their shit would the actual shit they get when it comes to them interacting with women will go way up. They will get more positive responses from women just straight off their appearance. You understand? So the thing is, work on the clothes you wear, and I also talk about this in the book too, right? Work on getting clothes that look good on you and that are comfortable on you. So this is what guys do. A guy will dress in a certain way that he thinks is going to make him look good, right? But what happens is that if you wear something and you're not comfortable in it, you're not going to be comfortable. And therefore, if you're not comfortable, you're not going to have that comfortable vibe when you're dealing with girls. So you want to have something that looks good on you, but it's also comfortable. And what you could do is this: when you're buying clothes or you're getting, your outfits together, whatever, bring one of your sisters, cousins, women that are your friends, whoever, to actually critique the shit that you're buying and you're wearing and all this other stuff. Get women's opinions on how you look and what you're wearing. And then what you do is that if you notice that a certain type of thing looks good on you, you get a lot of those types of clothes, a lot of different variations of that thing. You understand? Also, you want to work out too. That's another thing. You understand? Work out, eat healthy, do all of that other shit. Man, we got a lot of trolls in here today. Jesus Christ. A lot of trolls who are not getting shit popping in their lives. It's terrible. It's terrible. But yeah, you got to definitely work on that appearance. Shave, brush your teeth, all of that shit. You see what I mean? All of that shit is important. So the thing is that you're working on your mindset, then you're also working on your appearance, right? Now what you got to do is you have to make sure that you're working on your verbal communication skills. Oh, let me turn on this fucking fan. It's like hot as a motherfucker. Shit. Alright. Shit. Whew. Hot as shit. Alright, I'll see you later. Man. Yeah, open that. Alright, that's good. Whew. Man, I'm about to die up in here. Shit. But yeah, so you definitely work on your appearance, work on that mindset. That's cool. Work on that mindset. And now you got to work on your verbal communication. You feel what I'm saying? And so this is the part that's hardest for most dudes. This is the part that a lot of guys, can't get correctly. You feel what I'm saying? And it's the thing. If you work on your verbal communication skills, right? This trumps a lot of time the whole, oh my God, I gotta be the best looking guy. You see what I'm saying? Because what happens is that women, they get attracted to or gravitate to how a man makes them feel. This is why you can see a guy walking down the street who looks average looking with hot chicks, and you're just confused. You're like, I don't understand how this guy got her. He got her, you understand? Because he knew how to interact with chicks and get them to feel something. You see what I'm saying? So part of being in that top 20% is that you need to be able to make women feel a certain way. And you make the women feel a certain way by having that, having those verbal communication skills. You feel what I'm saying? So you gotta understand that what's popping with that. And also too, what you guys gotta understand is, if you want to be in that top percent, you have to be able to deal with rejection. See, a lot of guys, if you're scared of rejection, that makes it hard for you to go and approach women. And if you're scared to go and approach women, that makes it harder for you to become the guy who knows how to interact with women to get women attracted to him. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. So you gotta work on your mindset, work on your appearance, work on your verbal communication skills. Be okay with rejection. You see what I'm saying? And so when you combine all those things and you practice and you're out there making the shit happen, you become part of the top 20%, because you got to understand something. Most guys don't know about doing any of this shit. You understand? They don't understand none of this shit. So most guys that you encounter are not going to know what the fuck they're doing. So what happens is, because they don't know what they're doing, you stand out. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the thing. When you stand out, you become that top dude. But if you blend in with all the other guys who don't know what they're doing, you're done. So that's the thing that guys got to understand. Look, there's a lot of guys out there who are trying to make shit happen, but they're not going to be able to get from point A to point B because they don't understand the game. And see, that's another thing. You have to understand the game. The game is going to propel you to be in that top 20%. You understand? Like, it's funny because people ask me, they say, "Yo, Locario, aren't you nervous about having an open relationship because your girl's gonna be dealing with other dudes and blah blah blah." Let me tell you guys a secret or a key thing to the game that you gotta understand, right? And this goes to what I was just saying before. Is that and this is part of it. Most dudes, again, don't know what they're doing. So what happens is let's say my wife or my girl or whatever, they'll get with a guy, a certain type of guy, whatever, who most likely doesn't know what he's doing. He's gonna become needy and clingy and do a whole bunch of goofy shit, which is gonna make her unattracted to him. And that's what it's gonna be. At a certain point, she's gonna be like, okay, this guy's getting ridiculous. Now that's one thing. Now, if she actually likes the dude because he's on point, that's all good too. But what I'm saying is that most of the dudes that she deals with are not gonna know what the fuck is going on. This is why, like, a lot of times where I'll be in a situation, at a bar or something, talking to a girl, and I'll see a dude trying to holler at the chick that I'm talking to, and usually I'll like push her on him. I'll be like, hey, this guy, seems cool. You should try to talk to this guy. And I'll walk away and talk to another chick. Right? I'm up here catching colds and shit. So I'll go and talk to another chick. And then the chick that I was originally talking to, 9 times out of 10 comes right back to me. Why? Because I know what I'm doing. So that's what it is, man. This shit is not that complicated. If you're the type of guy who knows what he's doing, you're gonna be that top dude. That's what it's about. And this is why I try to, get people to understand the game, so that you become that dude. It's really that simple. You said that savage move. You steer in the direction of the betas, and she comes back. Exactly. That's what it is. You know what I'm saying? That's what it is. And this is why I tell guys, yo, it's a big advantage to understand the game, because once you understand the game, you become that top guy. But dudes be like, oh, well, whatever. I don't need to learn this stuff. Yada, yada, yada. And then what happens is you fall into the category of the other 80% of dudes who's going to be struggling out here. And see, this is the thing. Those other types of guys who I was talking about, because you have the top 20% of guys that gets most of the chicks. Then you got the other 20% who will maybe get a girlfriend here and there or whatever, or he's dealing with one girl, right? See, the problem with dealing with one girl at a time is that when you deal with one girl at a time, you a lot of times you sort of give off a lot of beta male energy. You understand what I'm saying? She becomes your everything. She becomes, and then she feels that, she sees that. You understand? She sees that. And so what happens is that those guys are you know, usually in situations where the girl's running the show, where the girl is like not really feeling them, you know what I'm saying? K-Zag in 20 said no backup plan. Exactly. So, you know, it is what it is. So you want to be in that top dude. You want to be that top guy. Oh, shit. I feel like I'm getting a cold again. Shit, man. This fucking weather, it'd be crazy. But anyway, you said, do you think it's easier to attract and keep older women than younger women? It's, to an extent, yeah, it is. To an extent, it's easier to keep older women than. See what you got. Let me tell you guys about younger chicks. See, I'm gonna take this call in 1 second. Let me just go in on. Let me just talk about some younger girls for a second. Hold on 1 second. I'm gonna take calls in a second. See, this is the thing with younger chicks. Younger girls are very sexual and, you know, a lot of energy and all this other shit. But younger girls are the most fickle and flaky. You understand what I'm saying? Like 18, 19, 20, 21. Like between 18 and 23, those are the most flaky, immature chicks. You feel what I'm saying? So they're sexy as fuck, but they're flaky and immature. You understand what I'm saying? Like, a younger chick, in order to keep her attention, a lot of times, you know, it's a lot of energy. So younger chicks are like, you go into a bar, a club, whatever, you see some 22, 21, 22-year-old, whatever. She's the type where you'll be flirting with her. You'll be making out with the chick. You go to the bathroom to take a piss. As soon as you come back, she's making out with another nigga. That's the young joints, usually. You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, but the older ones, a little bit more, you know, a little bit less like all over the place. Right? But the thing is, when you get with a woman in her like 30s, a lot of women in their 30s are trying to get you to fucking be with them and shit. You feel what I'm saying? So the sweet spot is usually chicks between like 25 and 29. Those are like, that's the sweet spot. You understand? But me personally, I like older chicks. Like, I don't have the energy to fuck with young girls. A lot of younger, like, there's a few young girls that I've messed with, but it's ridiculous. Alright, let me see what this is. Yo, what's going on with this?
Dude, what's going on? Chiefy from Florida.
What up? What's popping? What's going on with you?
Not much, man. I'm glad you come up with this live stream how to become the top 20% of guys who meet most women.
Right.
What you said earlier that to improve your appearance and your confidence. And
Mm-hmm.
honestly, I'm good with those two. The only problem is that is the verbal skills because before I used to ignore it.
Mm-hmm.
And I still get some women here and there, but not as much as I, would wanted to get. And I realized that, maybe it's time for me to up my game, my verbal skills.
Mm-hmm.
So how would one, in particular, want to improve the verbal skills exactly?
Well, this is the thing. This is the thing with the verbal communication with women. Think about how you would have a conversation with a dude, like just like how me and you were having a conversation. But the only difference is that it's sexual. You understand what I'm saying? So it's the same way you would talk to a guy, but just make it sexual when you're talking to a girl. So, for example, if you're talking to a guy, you might be just talking about some sports or some shit, or you might be talking about some TV show or whatever. Y'all just shooting the shit. So the thing with women is that at first you just shooting the shit on some regular shit, like, oh hey, what's going on? How you doing? Blah blah blah. Let's say you at a bar talking to a girl. But then what happens is that your communication with the girl has to, at some point, get sexual and flirty. Now, the level of flirtation and the level of sexual tension you want to build is up to you and how bold you want to do it. But it still has to be there. So, for example, if you're having regular small talk with a girl, at some point in the conversation, sooner than later. So, like, when I tell guys, if you're gonna have small talk, make that shit like less than a minute. You feel what I'm saying? Less than a minute and a half or something like that. Then at some point you got to get flirty. So again, the level of flirtation is up to you and how bold you want to make it and how comfortable you are doing it. But the flirtation has to be there. You see what I'm saying? And so the flirtation is either it's sexual, but also it's playful. So playful flirtation is this. Playful flirtation is, let's say you're talking to a girl and you say to her so what, let's say you say, what did you do today, whatever, and she was like, oh, I was just at work, and I'm a nurse, I work at such and such hospital or some shit. You understand? So now playful flirtation would be you sort of making fun of like her job or saying something about her being a nurse in a playful way that's fun and interesting. So instead of just saying, oh, you're a nurse, that's nice, that's cool or whatever, and asking her something regular and logical, what you do is you'll say, oh, I'm so glad that you're a nurse because, I got this little thing on the back of my neck. I need you to massage it for me because you look like you got some soft hands that could really make me feel good. You understand what I'm saying? Like, you're turning it into a playful thing about what's going on. Now, when you make it sexual, when you make it more sexual when you're flirting with a chick, that a lot of times is you sort of directly, letting her know, hey, this is what, I'm turning it sexual. So, for example, that same girl, you're talking to her, you might be looking at her as she's talking. You say, yo, I just noticed while you was talking that you have some really sexy ass lips, right? And so that right there is turning it sexual. You see what I mean? And so, again, you're just having a conversation with her, but it's playful and sexual. Playful and flirtatious. You understand? That has to happen. Yeah. If you're talking to a girl at any point in time, and it's very platonic and regular, you understand? That means it's not flirtatious and sexual, and then it becomes boring, and then it becomes sort of friendly. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's why I struggled the most when I was a lot younger years ago. Mm-hmm. But I did got I was a Backbone membership, and I have the audio, like how to create sexual attention and flirtate, the art of flirting. Mm-hmm. But it's just those things that alone I have to practice more often. Because I was on a date with one of the girl, and I did some flirtatious talk. Because that's what I thought. That's what I thought. What you answered me, just that you have to keep it flirtatious and playful when you talk to these women. I thought it was something completely different, like very, very, like clear conversation. Because I tend to have a list a little bit. So my verbal is not very clear at times. Sometimes a little choppy, sometimes a little off. That's what I start with me. But when you talk about like verbal skills, it's basically just while keeping clear and calm, but also keep it flirtatious or playful.
Right, and so the thing is too is that I feel like a lot of times the thing that messes it up with a lot of guys is really their comfortability in the situation. And I think that's a big thing where sometimes when you're doing this, you may not feel all the way comfortable doing it. And also you might be too in your head as you're doing it. So what it is that you got to be at a point where you're having a conversation, it's flowing naturally, and the you flirting with her it's coming out very natural in what you're saying, and you're comfortable saying it. Because a lot of times what happens is that you may not necessarily you may be saying things or wanting to say things, but you're too nervous or too uncomfortable saying it, and then it doesn't come out naturally. You understand? It doesn't come out smooth. You see what I mean? And so a lot of times that's the thing that happens where because this even happens with people who are trying to sell stuff. Like a lot of people who try to sell things, they get uncomfortable closing the deal of the sale. Meaning they'll tell you like let's say you have a salesman trying to sell you some knives or something. He's like, oh yeah, these knives cut glass and it cuts this and it's all great, blah blah blah. When it comes time to sell it to you as far as closing the deal with the price, right? He may feel weird about that because he may have an issue with, like going in on price or letting you know how much it costs, because now he's scared you're not going to want to buy it, or he feels uncomfortable talking about money. You feel what I'm saying? And then so that creates a situation where he doesn't get the sale because he's not flowing in a direction where he himself feels comfortable doing it, to the point where the person's buying is going to feel comfortable buying. You see what I'm saying? The same thing with women. If you're not comfortable being sexual and flirtatious with the woman, she's not going to feel comfortable responding to your, you flirting. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's what it is. Because again, it's going to feel weird to her if it feels weird to you. Remember, women a lot of times, the reason why they get with certain guys and deal with certain guys, a lot has to do with the guy's comfortability to lead the interaction and to take her on that journey. You feel what I'm saying? So she's just ready to follow someone who's confident. So if you're not sure, right, then what's going to happen is that she's not going to be comfortable to follow. It's the same way where, let's say if you was walking down the street or something, you was chilling somewhere and you was chilling with somebody and you had to go down this alleyway and it was dark and you're like looking like, I don't know about going down there. And the person's like, nah, don't worry about it. I walk down this way all the time. Ain't nothing to worry about. I don't want nobody to even be down here, right? If they're just chill with that, you're going to be a little bit more comfortable walking down that alley. But if you go by that alley and the other person you're with is like, maybe we could go on. I'm not sure. I don't know. Let me see. You're going to be even more uncomfortable. You see what I mean? And that's the same. That's the same way women operate. They see who they're dealing with, and they're like, okay, well, this guy seems to be comfortable and confident about what he is creating in this situation, and then so she feels more comfortable about the situation, which makes her relax, which makes her able to receive what you're trying to tell her. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
So that's what it is.
I appreciate the call, man, dude. It's really helpful.
That's what's up, bro. Appreciate it, man. All right. Peace. All right. So the caller number is 646 481 3901. Let me see who this is. Hold on. They got like 10 people calling at once. Shit. Jesus. All right, hold on. Yo, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? What's going on with you?
What's poppin'? Who's this?
Yeah, this John out in Philly.
All right, what's going on, bro?
Yo, man, nothing. I'm on domestic duty, so if you hear a bunch of noise in the background, that's my kid playing around.
All right, cool.
But look, yesterday's show that you did right before the movies, you were hitting on so many points that I really hope that everybody in the audience goes back over there and does double and triple watches it, because I was like, wow, just hearing it from experience. The things that you were saying and experiencing in the past, it was like deja vu all over again. So that was definitely some decent stuff.
Right.
I really don't know what you put out on today's podcast because I got to it a little bit late, but I'm here now. But look, yesterday I asked you a question about did you ever do that sex tape, and because I wanted to go ahead and just drop this experience to the guys out here because at the end of the day, when I sat there and thought about it, it really wasn't no big deal. So basically, I met this chick, and for everybody out there, the same way you say you just go ahead and let them know what it is, from the jump. I was like, hey, why'd you come over? She's like, what you gonna do? She's like, what are we gonna do? And I was like, yeah, just make sure you're wearing some nice underwear. Hey, I'm on the phone. Go back to the room.
You got the kids going.
Anyway, so that's what she did. She even went as far as to she asked me, what color I like, and she went out there and got it for me. Person. She was like, hey, I don't like wearing things I wore before, so what do you want?
Right.
Boom. So she came over. After everything was said and done, everything pretty cool and whatnot. She was actually buying stuff for my daughter after the fact. You see what I'm saying? And that's when the whole conversation about doing the sex tape popped up. Now she on top of that she wants to go ahead and do a threesome. So the story is the reason I've dropped this out because it's not far fetched. It was just real simple. Doing everything that you said. Instead of being scared and kind of beating around the bush toward what you want. Just go ahead. The worst thing, like you said, the worst thing they're gonna say is no.
Right.
And you actually be surprised what response you're gonna get. I had no idea it was gonna go down this far. I wasn't expecting it to go down this far. Just like you said, also you like just live in the moment because you have no idea if you're gonna see this person again anymore. So just going to have fun. I just want to go ahead and relate all that. Like I said, I got my kid popping back and forth, so I really can't stay on the phone like that. But it was just that, like you said, the video that you did yesterday. I implore everybody to just rewatch about 2 or 3 times.
Right, that's what's up, bro.
Let experiences happen and enjoy it.
Exactly, real talk, bro. Appreciate the call, man. Appreciate the call.
Care.
Take care of them kids, bro.
yo, dude, I'm trying. All
right, bro, I'm hollering. All right,
peace.
Yeah, man, these guys just got to do shit, man. Don't be scared to, go out there and make shit happen, man. You feel what I'm saying? All right, hold on. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, it's Locario. What's good?
What's popping? Who's this?
It's Miguel from Texas.
All right, what's going on with you?
Chilling, just getting ready for, the weekend. Getting ready to turn up and everything that's said. So the topic is how to become the top 20% of guys, right? And so I'm a guy that already consider myself in that top 20%, and it's crazy how once you kind of get to this side, you see how things are a lot different. And so I remember you talking about like younger chicks versus older chicks. Like the younger looking chicks flake heavy. Heavy, like one chick. I remember one chick. I've never been flaked on that hard before, and so I just had to cut it off. With the older chicks, they got their shit together. Like that's cool. I think the funniest part with the older chicks is like when they try to make you work for it. And it's like, cause I'm 25, so this chick, I remember she was like 32, and she was like, nah, like you gotta wait. I'm sitting here like, bitch, you're 32. You've been fucking for 14 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I ain't waiting for your like, you know what I'm saying? Like, in pussy years, that's like 42. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You gotta multiply it by 3. Like, come on, chick. Like,
but see, that's the thing. Those women, that's the thing. A lot of those older chicks, the chicks that are like in the mid 30s, whatever. Right. They'll play that whole you gotta wait or you gotta work for it and all that goofy shit because again when they was younger and even to this day they're getting with a lot of dudes who will hit it and quit it. You feel what I'm saying? They're getting with a lot of guys who are like they was fucking all the alpha males and then alpha males just bounce on them. And so now what they're doing is they're seeing if they can get Danny's freaking ice cream trucks outside. Anyway, they're trying to see if they can get a guy to be that beta male for her. You see what I'm saying? That's all just a tactic to see. Because look, whenever chicks throw that type of shit at you, right? They're just trying to test to see your response and how you're gonna go about that. So if you're like, oh, okay, I'll wait and I'll do this and I'll do that, then she knows what type of guy you are. If you ain't trying to do all of that and you let her know, look, I ain't trying to fuck with all that, and then usually what happens if she likes you, she'll turn it around and she'll just go with your program. You see what I mean? So that's what it is.
And so here's the thing, like, because I was approaching the situation from a holistic standpoint, and what I mean by that is that, you know what I'm saying, there's going to be, like, some liquor and some weed. There's also going to be a couple, you know what I'm saying, like, dinner outings or whatnot, right?
Right.
Which, I guess in hindsight, like, I did put the cart before the horse. I should have just smashed and then kind of did that.
Oh, yeah, you should. So, wait, so you said you took her out to do what? What happened?
So, like, you know what I'm saying, there were times where I'd invite her over to smoke and to, like, drink and shit, right? Just real low-key chill, right? But then there was one time where we went out to, like, eat, kind of like on a late-night dinner and drinks type of thing.
And wait, and so, hold on, and so this the 32-year-old you talking about?
Yeah. This is the same story.
And so, when she came over, y'all didn't have sex and none of that?
Okay, so on date three was when she came back over for the second time, right? I was trying to make the move, and she was being mad stiff. And, you know what I'm saying, like, prior to that, I was like, yo, can you pick up some Coke? And this bitch was like, yeah, I don't have any. And then this bitch asked me, what are we having for dinner? And I was like, the fuck?
Wait a second. And so hold on, wait. Before you even go further, did y'all have sex?
No. We didn't have sex. We didn't smash.
Like, so you never smashed this chick?
Right. So I'm letting you know, this is going into date 3, right? Going into date 3, or I guess hang out. You know what I'm saying? Engage, whatever you're gonna call it. You know what I'm saying? The third time we see each other, I'm like, she's like, wait, so what are we eating for dinner? And I was like, nigga, I'm about to hit the gym. So you handle your meal and shit. You know what I'm saying? But at that point, I'm like, yo.
See, this is what happened, man. You got used, bro.
Right. And so at that point, I was like, you know what? Let me just cut this chick off or whatever. And so she's like, yeah, like, I'm not a slut. I'm not gonna fuck you. And I'm just sitting here like, yo, you wow, and like, you know what I'm saying? So I let it go, right? And then I circled back a couple months after that, and she was mad angry. Like, this bitch was pissed off. And then she sent me a nude of the nigga that, like, she's you know, she had been smashing at that time when I reached back out to her, right?
Wait, hold on, she sent you a what?
A nude of the nigga that she was smashing at that time.
Wait, so hold on, wait, she sent you a nude picture of a dude that she's fucking with?
Yes.
What?
So let me tell you, it gets crazier, because I was like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you free to come over and, like, chill, you know what I'm saying, like, we can get together and, like, just make it happen, right? Let the fireworks go off, whatever. And she was like, no, like, I'm not a slut. And I was like, all right, cool, you know, just let me know if you change your mind. And then this is how I know there's, like, mad simp weak niggas in the game, because this dude started, like, blowing my phone.
Nigga, hold on, are you serious? You fucking this gotta be a trolling story, bro. You gotta be trolling. Just tell me you're trolling for real. Tell me. Tell me, please tell me you're trolling.
I'm not trolling. Like, real talk. Like, I say calling into your show, like, the girl from Texas, you know, it's like, look, like, real talk, this nigga starts calling my phone, talking shit, talking about how he just got out of prison, you know what I'm saying? How he's an electrician, and I'm like, nigga, why are you telling me all this shit? Like, I don't care. Like, that was just a girl that I was just trying to get back on the team, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not even serious like that. And he's not even with her. Like, they're not even together.
Yo, listen, man. You should have been charged this girl to the game from the jump, man. When she, you know what I'm saying? When she said all that, oh, you gotta work for this shit. Nah, I ain't working for shit. You feel what I'm saying?
No. That was on the third outing though. That wasn't like from the get go. That's kind of
no. But that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is, what happened the first time y'all met up? What was the first outing? What happened?
The first time we linked up, she just came through. Like we smoked, we chilled.
And see, that's what I'm saying. So wait. At that first time, she came to your house to smoke and chill, right?
Right.
And what? And you ain't try to hit it that time?
I tried to hit that time.
And what she said that time?
She was like, "Yeah, it's too soon."
See, and that's when you should have cut her off. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, I mean, yes, in hindsight, Mr. Locario,
right?
Obvious. You know what I'm saying? But that was kind of like when I was, I guess, turning the corner. You know what I'm saying? Like I was getting a lot more looks, and I wasn't as seasoned with it, you know, as I am now. So that was like a wild situation. But no, like now, look, man, me and my roommate, we be going out, right? And like usually we notice that like if a chick's just, you know, by herself with her friend, you know what I'm saying? Looks like she's
Hold on, you breaking up. Hello? Your phone breaking up, fam. You have to call back, bro. Your phone's breaking up. You're gonna have to call back. All right, so John, you call up 202. I'm gonna try to get the 202 joint. But yeah, your phone's breaking up, bro. Man, dudes be going too far with this shit, man. You gotta start charging these chicks to the game, bro. Charge these chicks to the motherfucking game, bro. He said, dude say he's in the top 20%, but let a chick treat him like he's the bottom 1%. Taj Alexander, what's poppin', bro? Oh, that shit was funny. Dude said she was sending him nude pictures of another nigga. Come on, son. Y'all, look, man. Y'all gotta start charging these chicks heavy, man. Like, y'all be giving these chicks too many chances. But you gotta call the number 646-481-3901. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, I gotta stop with that bullshit. You gotta stop with that bullshit. Shout out to Jason Gordon. What's good with you? But yeah, man. Let me see who this is. Yeah, what's going on?
Yo, what's good, Juice?
What's poppin', bro?
Nothing, just got home from eating.
Alright, so what's good? So what's good with you still trying to holler at this chick at your school? What's going on, bro?
Nah, she haven't came. It's like she always come late, like super late at the end. So I don't know what's going on.
Man, you still, like, man? Yes. Why we gotta forget about this chick, man. This chick is done. It's over. It's over.
But
it's
yesterday, my barber, you know, his mom, whatever. Me and my dad got out the car, and I seen her, and she like, oh hi, this and that, and then I gave her a hug. But the way she gave me a hug, like she didn't want to let go. You know how you move, and the female still have her arm on you.
Right. And who's this girl?
My barber, mom.
Your barber's mom?
Yeah.
Wait, you trying to get with your barber's mom?
Huh?
You trying to get with your barber's mom?
Nah, it's just like she be, I don't know. Sometimes when she cut my hair, she be all, you know, feeling all on me and stuff like that, and I be looking at her son like, oh shit, like.
Wait, how old is your barber's mom? How old is she?
I don't know. She's like older than me, probably like 30s or in the 40s or something like that.
Wait, how old is your barber? First of all,
he's like maybe in his 30s too, like 30s or 28.
Okay, you said. Wait, you say your barber's mom is like 30, but your barber is like 32. How does that work?
I don't know. No, I say she probably like 40, you know, like in a high range, but he's like probably like he looked like 28 or
if your
30,
barber's like 30, the mom is at least 50 something at least. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know. But I know
Oh
what
my
you know.
goodness, y'all niggas is wilding out today. Listen, oh man. So wait, look, man, God juice, man. I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you to do some things, man. I'm gonna need you to step up your game, bro. Cause first you talking about the girl from your school that you ain't talked to. You know, it's been too long. You're looking at your barber's mom. You feel what I'm saying? You got to go out there and just look. You got to start. Just talk to as many women as possible. That's what I want you to do right now, man. I see it. That's your.
I do. I do. I ain't gonna lie. I do.
Right. And
my dad be seeing me and stuff like that. He see me like try to improve and this and that, like hollering at chicks, and then he see them. He see the energy I have now. Like
right.
He see them conversation more.
Right. Nah, look, that's what this is the thing. You got to get more of that abundance mentality because, you know, the fact that we've been talking about this chick from your school for the past 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and it still ain't nothing pop off. You got to get out of that mindset and see. That's partly my fault. I should have told you to call that a day from the jump. You feel what I'm saying? But I'm trying to help you to, you know, get over that fear of approaching the chick. But just in general, you understand? You got to get, like you said you've been talking to a lot of different girls. Keep on that vibe, and just tighten up what you're doing. You feel what I'm saying?
That's why I have a feeling right now. It's just like easy to me now. It's just like I could just say whatever, and then I don't care how she takes it because it's what I want to say.
Right. But yeah, just start hollering at more of these girls and start closing the deal a little bit more, man. And keep that shit going. But what else is popping off with you? Any other things?
I've been working on being more I guess being more direct and truthful.
All right, that's
what I want to say to the female instead of like, oh, all right, look at her profile and pick some her profile instead of saying that. I could just be now I'm just being straight up like, oh yeah, I want to come through. I'm trying to hook up, and the relationship thing, I don't know if I want it right now because I'm 23. Like, that's where I put my mind right now. Like all I want to do is hook up until.
Well, yeah, you're young, so don't worry about no relationships and none of that shit now. Just just have fun. But what you need to do more of is that you need to be a little bit more tighter with what you're doing, meaning that you need to be able to consistently talk to, women, and also at the same time be comfortable enough to close the deal and make things happen. Because from what you was telling me about with the other girl, you seem, from your school, you seem like you've been, hesitating and doing all this other stuff, and now you're looking at your barber's mom and even thinking about, like, you ain't got to be on that type of shit. Just, go out there, talk to as many women as possible, and go in the direction of, making shit, more beneficial for you. You want to start getting more results. You feel what I'm saying? And you're gonna get more results the tighter you make the shit go down. So, what I want you to do is when you're talking to these girls, close the deal as much as you can. You feel what I'm saying? Just practice closing the deal with them at this point.
So you're saying small talk a little bit, and then close the deal.
Yeah, small talk, flirt with them, and then close the deal. That's it. That's all you need to do. You feel what I'm saying?
All right, I'm gonna
so
start doing that.
Yeah, man. So try that out. I gotta take a few more of these calls, bro. I'm gonna holler at you. All right.
All right.
All right. Peace. All right. Let me see who this is. Yo, what's going on?
Yeah, Locario, what up, man? You can hear me?
Yeah, what's popping?
What up, man? Yeah, hello?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
You can hear me? Yeah, I got a couple questions for you too, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, you're talking about that 20%, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm getting it so far. But my whole thing is that when I go out on a date, right, I feel like sometimes I want to be in that mode one, like you say, straightforward.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes my beta male will come on and be like, damn, don't say that, because if you do, she may fall back. Because in my mind, I'm always thinking not every woman is raised to be like that. You feel me? Like, sometimes you ever hear when like you talk to chicks, you be like, when chicks be like, oh, I wasn't raised like that. And I'm not saying all of them on some full of shit, and some of them are.
Mm-hmm.
Because I learned that too, because a woman can like you. and if she see that that's all you want, like you said too, many women have been ran through by the time they're young. Because I'm in my mid-30s, so by the time they're in their mid-30s, now they're trying to find that type of guy. And I'm not trying to be on that get to know you bullshit. But how do you trying to go around that? For instance, I was a Spanish chick, right? I was Dominican chick. And on that date, though, I was asking her sexual. I was trying to get sexual with her. But when I was trying to do that, it's like she was like, oh, I don't answer this type of question the first date. I'm like, damn. And in my mind, I'm like, man, nothing going to pop off. So she was like, let's go outside. So we go outside, stuff like that. We go outside. We got a little balcony, stuff like that. So we go. And then she was like, and then she got close to me. Yeah, she got close to me, and I started kissing her. Long story short, you know what I mean, the first time, I should have went for the kill. I did it. The second time, I made sure I did. Smash. But my whole thing is that, though, how did that interaction happen? When do you think I was too laid back, or...
And you said, and hold on, you said yeah, you and her started kissing?
Yeah, but at first, though, I thought she wasn't going to even fuck with me after when I tried to get sexual with her. Like, I asked her a question, so what's the craziest place you ever had sex at? She's like, I don't answer that.
Right.
So in my mind, I'm like, damn. So, but when we went outside, though, when she started getting close to me, I'm like, fuck that, I'm going to go for the kiss. We started kissing, but then then that night we kept kissing over there. I didn't try to fuck the first night. And like you always say, too, don't wait. And then I went to the second day, following week, I'm like, damn, I hope this bitch don't flake on me. Her body is right. The second time she came over and we fucked. I didn't put none of that bullshit. But my question is that too. Do you think that I let her dictate the situation, or should I have cut her off from the beginning when she was like, "Oh, I don't answer"?
No. This is the thing. You gotta understand something. When you're, and this is why it's hard for guys to be direct with chicks and straightforward and let them know what it is, because women, see, this is how women operate. Women are only responding to their conditioning. So if you say to a girl, let's say for example, you say to a girl, yo, you know, like I wanna take you back to my crib, bend you over and fuck the shit out of you, right? Some girls is gonna be cool with that from the jump, like, oh yeah, let's do that, and they'll flirt back with you, whatever. But then you're gonna have some girls who, just like the girl you was talking to, who will say, oh, I don't talk about that, and that's weird, and why would you say that? And she's going to respond that way because that's just how she's conditioned to respond. It's a reflex. She's supposed to say that type of stuff because that's how she's been conditioned to respond to a man talking like that. You understand? So, but the thing was, if you notice, like you said, after a while, y'all went outside, y'all chill a little bit, and then y'all start kissing, and then you eventually smash. So
yeah, that was a bug part though. I didn't think she was gonna fuck with me, so I'm like, damn, I thought she was gonna be stuck in a mud type bitch. Like,
right,
you know, like you have to, yeah.
And the thing is, some of them will be like that, but some of them won't. So a lot of times, it's not necessarily just about like what they say. It's more so about the whole entire interaction. So sometimes chicks will see. There's one thing if a girl tells you no, and I don't want to do this, and I'm not doing this or whatever. That's one thing. If she says no, or she rejects you, or she rejects your advances, that's one thing. If she's rejecting it, you keep the shit pushing. But there's a difference between a chick rejecting something that you're trying to do, and a chick sort of playing hard to get and resisting. You see what I'm saying? So it's a difference. It's a fine line, and that's the thing you got to notice, because chicks will say shit in the moment, and then 20 minutes later, her actions are revealing that it's something different. You feel what I'm saying? Now, the best case scenario, though, is you want a girl where her words and actions are extremely congruent with each other. Those are the best. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. But there are times where you're going to say certain things, and she'll at first respond that way, but at the same time, later on, you're going to end up, you know, shit will pop off. So a lot of times, you listen to what women are saying, you got to listen to what they're saying, but you also have to read the entire situation. So the entire situation was, yeah, she said that a few minutes ago, but right now, while we're outside, she's kissing me. So it's a different story. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
So, you know.
But another case too, man, I went on a date. about last weekend. Went to the city, went to show out to meet up with the chick. So and I met him Thea West with that. So everything was vibing, like I said, like you always say too, don't do too much phone conversation. But I'm the type of guy where I like to have a phone conversation because I don't like wasting my time. I mean, I'm like this. You at least got to have 15, 20 minutes conversation on the phone with me. I mean, that's just me. I got to know if you're able to articulate, you're able to go back and forth, ask each other questions. And not to say that I mean she's going to like you in person, but you feel me? So I'm just going to go drive 30, 40 minutes, whatever. So we go there. I'm waiting for her. We meet up and stuff like that. And then, but the place was kind of loud though. But when we got there, I felt like, so she kind of skinned off though. And then and shit went weird. That shit went left because it was like, then within 10 minutes, like we were looking at each other, we wouldn't say nothing, and stuff like that. But my question is that though, I don't know how to get that insecurity because I'm always, in my mind, I'm always thinking, just like a Dominican said, I was telling you about. Like at first, like when she told me, she wants to be sexual with me, it's like my whole confidence drop. Like my confidence go down real fast. Like if I don't see any quick signs, it's like my confidence went down. Like I know some dudes like where it don't matter what a chick said, it can get you going. And so how do you try and maneuver yourself around that when you see you're not getting that type of reaction from a woman where I don't know if you understand what I'm saying.
No, I see what you're saying. You're saying that because she's not responding to you in the way that you're expecting, you start to feel that lack of confidence in your situation.
And then I start getting nervous and they don't know what to say after that.
Right.
It's like I'm like, damn.
Well, that's the thing. Well, the thing is that because you right now you're too outcome dependent. That's all it is. You're too outcome dependent because the thing is that you have to always be prepared for everything that can happen in a situation. And so what I mean is everything is you're prepared for if it goes in the direction you specifically want, but you're also prepared for it to not go in that direction, and you have to consciously be okay with everything. So, for example, there was a time where I was supposed to meet this girl, this bad chick at this spot, and we was going to go on this date or whatever, and so, I hit her up and I said, yo, we still free for tonight or whatever, and she was like, oh, of course. She was like, yeah, I'll be there at so-and-so whatever. So I'm like, cool. So I get to the spot, and the chick didn't show up. You feel what I'm saying? And so in my mind, I already had. So what happened was the spot that I told her to come to was a spot that I go to all the time, and I like the food that's there. So what I was just gonna get drinks with her, but I was like, well, shit, she ain't here, so I'm gonna order me something to eat. I ordered something to eat. I got some drinks. And then after that, I went to to watch a movie or some shit. So my night was cool, even though she didn't show up. But I'm already prepared for that. So no matter what happens, so even if a girl does show up and then she acting all weird or whatever, I'm prepared for that. I don't let any of that affect me. I'm gonna have a good time regardless. And so right. And so what happens is since I have that mindset, when I'm talking to the girl and when I'm dealing with the girl, a lot of times she comes around. Because I'm not really affected by any of that bullshit. You see what I'm saying?
I'm sitting. That's why I think I'm not at 20%. I get them, and sometimes too. And there's certain things I think I'm not getting because of my insecurity. I'm like, damn.
Right, and the thing is, they can see the thing is that the girl can see that a lot of times. So the thing is, you don't want the chick to see that you're being affected by that at all, and you shouldn't be affected by it, truthfully. But the thing is that because she can see it on your face and see that you're affected by it, that again creates a situation where, and this is what I was talking about earlier, when I was talking about how I was saying to the other dude, like, look, if you're the type of guy who is always concerned about the outcome or what she's gonna do or what she's gonna say and have that sort of like affect you. You understand? That within itself is gonna affect how the girl responds to you. You understand? Like if you're comfortable and she's if you're comfortable, she's gonna be comfortable following you. That's what I'm saying. So
I look to that too. It makes sense.
Right.
And that's the thing too. Sometimes too, and it's so funny. I pick and choose the woman that I get comfortable with. For instance, so I went out with this one chick about a month ago, and she drove like 30 minutes to come see me. And the fact that she said I was handsome off the bat, it's like my car. I'm like, and I said to myself, they know I can fuck up, and I started getting real sexual. I started talking nasty. But in any other case, so I would be very strategic with her. If she didn't make that, like you said too. Sometimes too, women are the one that leading. Sometimes when guys don't know what they're doing. And I feel like with me, like I knew what I was doing, but I felt that I always need a validation.
Right, and that's the thing. You gotta get out of that.
That's why I gotta stop. Yeah, I need to talk about. If I don't get the validation, it's like my whole game level goes down. It's like damn, like that chick I went out with the city last weekend. So I didn't know what to say. It's like we're supposed to play 3 days, not 3 days in a row. Like every day, like I said, we were flowing, and then when we meet up, it's like everything stopped. I'm like, damn. That's what I said to myself. Damn, I got something like that. I'm the same person. I don't fit in that fucking catfish nonsense. You know what I mean? Any nigga have another nigga pick is getting my foot. You know what I mean? I'm putting in that boy. I don't got time for that. I mean, I got 2 jobs. I don't got time to be putting nobody pick. I'm like, damn, that happened. And she ain't like no 10 anyway. She wasn't no 10. I mean, but she was a height though. You feel me? But I'm just trying to chill and smash.
Right.
I'm like, damn. When I met her, it's like she started being standoff. And then I don't know how to say after that. I'm like, I'm thinking about, damn, what should I ask her? I'm like, oh my fucking god.
Right, and see that's the thing I feel with you. You gotta practice like you gotta understand that, you know, I feel like you're looking for validation a lot through these women. You understand? Don't let these women validate you at all. Like you can't do any of that shit. The thing is, you know, you have to be centered and calm, cool and collected through everything, and not try to be validated by these women, and also don't attach your ego to the interaction and be outcome. You know, don't be outcome dependent, because it's like you the thing is, you want to be good with or without the girl, good with or without her responding to you. Whatever it is, you're going to be good either way, because what happens is that develops your psyche to become that more attractive guy. That's what it's really about. You understand?
Yeah, that's why I'm getting to that part. Yeah, I want to get to that part too. Yeah.
Right. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So just when you, because you know you're already out there, you getting it popping. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta just be a little bit more. You know.
I watch your videos. After you said that, I don't fit in that. I ain't gonna lie. Like 3 years ago, if a chick was to say, "Oh, I don't do that in the first day," I would go 3, 4 days. You know what? Maybe she's not that type of girl. Blah blah blah. I'm like, I started making excuses for that little thotty. I'm like, these bitches out here fucking it out here, giving me bullshit, man. I go on a date. They tell me they don't kiss. I told a girl, yo, I can't fuck with shit I don't kiss. Within 3 weeks, that's how it gonna happen. Like 6 months ago, I tried that, and I tried that too. It was called a month. I get a phone call. I'm like, hey, what's up? I was going through a lot. We got in the kitchen the first day. Blah 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 blah. She was like, what you wanna do? I'm like, come to my spot, like you said. Came to my spot, got it. I'm like, oh shit. And I think she ever gonna call me. I mean, I told her that, yo, I don't talk to women that don't kiss. Just like you said, I try that too. So yeah, that's how I began popping. I don't pay, like I said, I don't pay no mind. But I just want to get sometimes. I keep going back to my old ways. You know, sometimes people always
right, and yeah, that's the thing. It's going to take some time, but you know, if you keep practicing it, you know, it'll work out. You feel me? But yeah, just keep me posted and let me know what's good with all the rest of the joints that you messing with. All right?
I definitely. I appreciate all the stuff too, all the videos too, man.
Definitely, bro. All right, I'm gonna holler at you, man.
You're one.
All right, peace. Yeah, man. So who was saying? Let me get this call. Jesus Christ. Yo, what's going on? The fuck? How did I answer this shit? Yo, what's going on?
Yo, Mr. Locario.
What's poppin'?
What's good? But yeah, I just want to talk about, you know what I'm saying, when I be out, there are a couple of things that, like, I've noticed now that I'm a little more seasoned, right? So I've noticed that, like, there are chicks, especially at the clubs, right, who wear jeans and shit, and, like, on average, those are the girls that, like, aren't necessarily there and aren't necessarily, like, open to, like, you know what I'm saying, like, no attention. So a lot of the girls that I've seen, like, have jeans, like, for the most part, they have some excuse, so they have, like, a boyfriend or something like that, but with the girls who come out, you know what I'm saying, with the dresses, with the cleavage, like, it seems like they're a lot more with it. Not only that, but the chicks that go out in, like, maybe small groups, you know what I'm saying, especially if it's, like, her and her homegirl, usually it's, like, me and, like, one of my other dudes. Like, I don't roll more than 3 at a time, you know what I'm saying? And so those girls are usually a little bit more receptive to, like, you know what I'm saying, like go home that night because, you know what I'm saying, like right after the club, it's like, oh, so what are you doing next? You know what I'm saying, you trying to come chill at the crib, and then once you get them there, it's already like half the battle really, and so it's a matter of like conversation. But those are kind of like some of the things that I've noticed. But like, what do you think about this? Okay, whenever a chick texts me at night, especially if it's past like 8:30, I don't reply at all until the next day, because from what I've noticed is that like, you know, I like to use chicks as like emotions or their imagination like against them, right? And so like I've noticed that whenever one of my homeboys, like his girl, calls him, like especially when we're out, like on a Friday night, you know, she'll usually pick like a petty argument, but it's not necessarily because he did anything wrong. It's just that she wants to like verify that he ain't with no other shorty, right? Because if he picks up the phone and he's clearly not with another chick. And so I've noticed like a lot of chicks do that, you know, kind of just backdoor check to see that like, you know what I'm saying, you're not with no other chicks or whatnot.
Right.
And so for that reason, I don't pick up the phone or I don't text it back.
Well,
you know
well, the difference is, hold on, wait. But but the girls that's calling you, is that your girl or just a random girl?
So I'm talking about period, like.
No, but there's a difference though. I'm saying the girls that calling you at 8:30 or at night, is that a girl that's your girlfriend or just a girl who's not your girlfriend?
Girls that are my girlfriend, but even if we smashed before, like I still keep, you know what I'm saying, I still operate the same, because like I don't want chicks to get in the habit of thinking that like I'm a jump whenever they try to, you know what I'm saying.
Right. Well, that's the thing. You don't necessarily need for that to happen. What I'm saying is this: is that if it's a girl calling you at 8:30 at night, she's probably trying to get some dick. You know what I'm saying? So
potentially.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So that's all. So what I'm saying is, if like in your friend situation, he has a girlfriend, so she's calling him because that's his girl, so she gonna call regardless. You feel what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is if you have a random girl who's not your girlfriend calling you at night, she's probably calling because she want to get some dick that night. You feel what I'm saying? So
right, and I mean, it just depends. Like it depends on like what I got going on. But for the most part, like I don't like I try to stay within my own plan. You know what I'm saying? Because like if I'm gonna mess with a chick, I'm usually gonna already like have that shit confirmed, that done, right?
Right.
But if it's a chick that's like kind of out the blue, then I mean like I kind of just like let that fall by the wayside and try to go after it another day. Something else that I've noticed. So you know, when I'm out and I'm moving, I'm trying to get at these chicks or whatnot, I've noticed that a lot of the girls that are a little bit more attractive, like, I treat them all the same, but I've noticed that they usually have, I mean, I just operate with the thought process that every chick has a nigga off the rip, you know what I'm saying? And so if it doesn't go down, then I try to just, you know what I'm saying, apply the game routinely, and then, you know what I'm saying, like, I'll give her the space to, like, reach out to me later. And so I've noticed that, you know what I'm saying, for the girls that are, like, 8s and 9s or whatever, you know what I'm saying, like, it probably won't go down immediately, but randomly, a chick will reach out, and when she reaches out, like, it's kind of just be on, you know what I'm saying, get to the point, get to it, because, like, you don't know when her boyfriend or whoever she's dealing with is going to pop back into the picture, you know, the situation. And so that's kind of like what my experience is. And now the girls who are like 6s and low 7s, you know what I'm saying? So I started to smash those too, but after I smashed, kind of just like let it, you know, it's kind of a one-time thing or whatnot. And so that's kind of been my experiences. Like I treat them both the same, but like I don't expect like I don't know. It's my experience is like usually the more attractive girls, they kind of like got some nigga in the background. It's like back and forth or whatnot. But I try to treat them the same. But
well, most of these chicks have dudes in the background. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Most of these, because like, you know, it's funny how, because most of, like, a lot of times I'm usually the dude in the background. You feel what I'm saying? Like I've been the dude in the background a lot of times. And so a lot of these chicks be having that shit popping. But I think as far as like the chicks who are like, that most would consider hotter, you feel what I'm saying, versus the average girls, a lot of times the only thing with really, really like hot chicks, or what guys would consider hot chicks, is a lot of them usually will have a lot more attention, like thrown their way, but also too, they have a lot of beta male attention thrown their way, so they like all that attention, and so sometimes you're gonna have girls who, if they're looking at you to see if you're another one of their beta male fan type of niggas, you feel what I'm saying, and then so they're seeing whether or not to put you in that category, or to see you as a guy they can even take seriously, to like really get back at you and do something and make something happen. You see what I mean?
Right.
But now go ahead. You gonna say?
Nah, and like when they get back at me, you know what I'm saying? Like I evaluate the entire situation. You know what I'm saying? What they're wearing. Like some girls come back with some tight dresses, like they're ready for combat. But even on a regular night out, you know what I'm saying, when the club ends and it's kind of like parking lot and
oh, your phone breaking up again, bro.
Even when it's
your phone breaking up again, bro. I'm gonna have to let you go, bro, because you gotta get that phone fixed, bro. Man, you guys gotta make sure them phones is cool. All right, calling number 646-481-3901. That's the number. Know what I'm saying? Yo, what's going on?
What's up, Locario?
What up? What's poppin'? Who's this?
James.
What's going on, James? Let's go with you.
All right, doing it right. So, quick question. And my question is mainly dealing with life in like general, like making friends and living life. So my thing is, like, what are some things to like practice to be more sociable, and like when you're talking, you have this like presence to yourself. So like how when you and like Steve do the like lives, and then Steve would say like you need to like speak with that thunder, or like with that thing that like makes you you. So like, well, what are some things to like practice to have that edge over other people?
What do you mean as far as
that, like
as far as what? As far as like what are you saying, like being more sociable in order to get what type of result? What do you mean?
Like I'm like talking about with like friends, or like with like coworkers, because with like me, I kind of have a hard time making like casual friends at like work, while like everybody else is like chilling, laughing. When it comes to like me, like seems different.
Well,
so like I'm like trying to figure out how to have that edge.
Well, this is the thing. First, it's funny. My dude K Zaggin 20 in the chat room, he said that you sound real. He said you sound timid right now. Like your voice sounds kind of nervous and shit. But
okay.
what I would say, one thing is that you want to be able to, like, first look at yourself and say, okay, what are some things that make me cool? What are some things that make me interesting? What are some things that I like about myself first? It all has to start from you. So you got to look at yourself and say, what makes me cool to where these people would be even interested in me? Like, you understand? And there's always something there. You understand what I'm saying? That's the thing. So you got to spend some time with that. Two,
all right.
You have to be able to actually find interest in other people. You understand? And actually be interested in what they're talking about, what they're saying. So a lot of times people start to like you when you ask them questions about themselves, because people like to yap about their own shit, and then that makes them like you, just, you know what I'm saying, off the bat, because you're giving them the space to talk about themselves. So it's this thing where they end up liking you because you're asking them about them. You see what I mean? So if you're at work or whatever, just have a conversation with people and be like, hey, what's going on? What'd you do this weekend? You understand? Or what was going, what happened this weekend, what you been up to, or whatever. And then they'll tell you, and then you can be like, oh, that's cool. So, and then while they're telling you, you're listening, and then you're relaying what they're saying back to them. So they're like, oh yeah, I went on, away for the weekend to Hawaii, whatever. Oh, cool. So what happened in Hawaii? Like blah 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 blah. You understand? And then so when you're just having that regular small talk, right? They're a little bit more receptive to you because they're talking about their own shit, right? And then you can talk a little bit about yourself, and then you just keep doing that over and over again. You see what I mean? But the thing is, you have to have a genuine interest in other people and what they're about, but also you need to first have a genuine interest in yourself. You gotta like what you're doing and what you're about. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like my dude K Zaggin 20 said in the chat, he said, go to happy hours and meetups and all of that stuff. You understand? Go because sometimes even at work they'll do stuff after work. You feel what I'm saying? And then go hang out with them. Or you could even tell people like, hey yo, get 2 or 3 people that you get cool with and be like, listen, we should go out and get a drink after this or whatever, right? So then you become that guy that can do that also. You see what I'm saying? So it's really just about giving value and being able to be a valuable asset to people. You see what I'm saying?
Okay. Now you said that you and Kay Zaggin or whatever.
Yeah.
That I sound nervous.
Right.
Like how do you think I could fix that?
Well, I think
I don't understand that.
Well, I think more so you're. Because a lot of people actually say, how do I be more charismatic? How do I be more this and that? A lot of it is basically, first, again, how your mindset is. Because this is the thing. Part of why you may sound... Because, I'm hearing that same stuff, too. You understand? The more the more that you're comfortable with yourself and what you're about and what you're doing, the more that energy of you just being very calm, cool, and collected and chill is going to come out in your voice and in how you talk. Because right now, part of the way you're talking may come from you maybe having some social anxiety. You feel what I'm saying? Or you feeling nervous about certain things. You see what I mean? And so, because of that, you're all up in your head, and that comes out in the way you speak. It's the same way where when a guy approaches a girl, a guy may be comfortable talking to his buddies and his friends just real regular, but then when he goes up to a girl, he'd be like, oh, hey, how's it going? How's your day? And it's like, why is he sounding like that? But when he's with his boys, he's like, oh, what's good, blah, 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 blah. You feel what I'm saying? It's because in that situation, he's nervous, and then that nervousness comes out in the way he talks. You see what I'm saying? And so what I'm saying to you is, the more you talk to people, and the more you interact with people, and the more you get comfortable with yourself and things you're trying to do, then it's going to come out more in your speech and how you relate to people and how you interact with people. You see what I'm saying? And
makes sense.
Right, and K Zaggin 20 in the chat room, he said it sounds like you're worried about being made fun of or being judged. You see what I'm saying? And so that can come out in the way you speak and the way you talk, based off of that being in your mind. You see what I'm saying?
So is it how? So I may feel this way, but indirectly, I'm giving off that emotion towards the other person.
Right,
so,
exactly.
They may be turned off.
Right, exactly. That's exactly what it is. So again, let's say for example, you trying to talk to somebody, but you're nervous because you're thinking, oh, they're gonna think I'm lame or they're gonna think I'm weird or whatever. And then because you're thinking that, your voice is going to, and the way you say things is going to come out in that way because you're thinking that. You're thinking that's the way that they're going to feel about you. You see what I mean? Because if you even look at, or let's say study guys who are charismatic or who are good with talking to women or whatever, a lot of times what happens is the reason why they're so charismatic and chill and can do all this other stuff is because in their own mind they believe what they're saying and doing is the most awesomest shit ever. You feel what I'm saying? Even you know what I'm saying? Even if you may not think it is, they think it is. And so because they think it is, you feel what I'm saying? Then they actually are going to receive that from you. The people are going to receive that from you because that person that's putting it out, they think that they're the shit. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's where it comes from. So yeah, that's what I'm saying. It'll take practice, but as you do it more, and as you continuously interact with people and just keep putting yourself out there, talking to people, giving that value, seeing the value within yourself, then all that shit's gonna fall into place at a certain point. You see what I mean? And it'll take some practice. So don't be so hard on yourself. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just practice it, and as you do it, you'll start to see and recognize the change. The same thing is it's almost like it's almost comparable to like working out. You understand, when the person keeps working out, staying in the gym, eating right, you start to see the results. Same thing happens when you flex your mental muscles. You feel what I'm saying? When you mentally work out, you feel what I'm saying? It's gonna come out in everything else you're doing. You see what I'm saying?
Last thing. So like I also have a little stutter. So I'm like working on that.
Right.
So you think it could be like kind of that? Because like sometimes I like pause.
Mm-hmm.
Or is it not the pausing? Is it the tonality, what it is?
Well, it's not. Well, it's not necessarily, because I haven't even noticed you really stuttering that much throughout this whole conversation. So I don't think it's necessarily that big, because I know people who stutter who like you could, you know what I'm saying? It's like every, you know what I mean? But with you, right? But with you, I think what it is a lot of it is just the energy. You understand what I'm saying? It's the energy, because see, that's the thing. There's an energy that comes with how you're doing stuff. Because just like when you first came on the phone, it's like I can hear the nervousness, and even my dude in the chat room can hear the nervousness where he was talking. You see what I'm saying? So it's like other people could probably feel that also. So even though you might still be nervous at this point, or you might continue to be nervous in the next couple of days or weeks or whatever, as you work on that and work on yourself, you'll realize at the end of the day that there's really no reason for you to have that nervousness or that feeling of, because right now, like you said, you're stuttering. That's probably in the back of your head of thinking, damn, well, this might be weird talking to these people, or are they going to think it's weird because I stutter? Because that's probably in the back of your head, which again creates the situation where you're not comfortable having those conversations. You see what I mean? So this is what I'm saying, like, it's a back and forth between you being able to first look at yourself and understand what you need to work on within you, and at the same time bringing your energy out to other people so that you can go back and forth and make that happen. You see what I'm saying?
Alright.
So
thank you, Locario. Appreciate that.
Yeah, no problem, bro. I'm out at you, man.
Alright, take care. Alright,
Peace.
Later.
All right. So what's good? What is good, people? Alright, let me see who this is. Yo, what's going on?
Yo, Locario, what's good, man?
What's popping? Who's this?
This is Ed from VA, bro.
Alright, what's going on?
So I had a quick question real quick. And I just want to say something also real quick. Like, the stuff you're talking about, like, today with a lot of these dudes, I noticed I was listening to it on on one of your Bad Boy podcasts from Patreon.
Right.
And it was like, don't let women define you. That one.
Right. Real talk.
Yeah, but my question pretty much was, so you being married and everything, because I have a lot of friends that's currently getting married right now, and it's making me think, like, if, like in your case, if you have success with women, I guess what would make you get to that point where you would, like, say, okay, like, I'm retiring from the game, or like, I want to be with this chick, because I haven't even really gotten into the game like that to have that kind of success. But these guys, they have no problem getting women while I'm struggling, and it's like, if you get it like that, why would you want to give it up?
You saying if you're getting a lot of chicks, why would you want to get married?
Yeah.
Well, that's the thing. See, I'm in an open marriage, so I still fuck with other women. So that's the difference between me and a lot of other dudes. Like, I would never do a monogamous marriage. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's not the thing that I do. But some guys, that's what they well, this is the thing. Some guys get married because they feel they should, because of societal pressure, and that's what they've been brought up to believe. Also, they'll get married because it's easier for them. Like, it's easier for them to be with that one girl. Meaning, some guys they're not good at getting women, so they got themselves one girl who wants to be with them, and then they're like, "Fuck it, I'm gonna just keep her around because I ain't trying to be out here, struggling to get chicks, right?" So the thing is this is that, as far as me me personally is concerned, like, I can never do no monogamous marriage. Like, that shit ain't gonna, and the thing is, it usually never works out because, people are gonna want to have sex with other people. You understand what I'm saying? So that shit ain't, so I was never gonna be on some, it's just gonna be me and you ever. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that shit ain't gonna happen. You see what I mean?
I understand that. I just want to ask because, like I said, a lot of my closest friends, like right now, one of my closest friends, he just got married to this girl that, I can understand because the chick was like super compliant with him. He's like probably the only chick he never had like real issues with.
Right.
But at the same time, I was just like, man, you always had a gang of hoes. So I'm just like, why would you want to?
Right. And sometimes too, a lot of dudes, what happens is they get tired. They're like at an age where they don't want to do that no more, because you gotta understand something. Like, when you get, because even with me, like, even though I can go and have sex with a fucking whoever, right? I'm not really going in like I used to go in. Like, when I was younger, 10 years ago, I would be going in heavy. Now, I got my wife and my girl, and I'm good. And maybe I'll like see a girl here and there once in a blue, but I don't really go in crazy because, I got mad shit I got to do. You know what I'm saying? As far as business is concerned, I'm older than, than I used, from back in the day. So it's kind of like this is a different headspace I'm at. So those guys, if they had if they have the game to get all these different girls, it's kind of like they've been there, done that. So they're like, well, I found me one who is going to give me or provide me with more. And that's the key. See, after you done fucked a whole bunch of girls here and there, it's cool, but at the same time, you get to a point where you say, okay, what is there more besides the fucking? Because the fucking is still fun in here and there, but it's like you want more than that. So then you get with a chick and you say, oh shit, this girl right here is cooperating heavy. She's helping me. When I tell her to do something, she does it. She follows my lead. I'm working on this thing. She's helping me. So then you find a more of an appreciation for that chick. So you say, well, if I'm going to be with a chick and I'm going to stick with a girl, she would be the one. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's why certain guys who have been with a whole bunch of girls, they'll at some point, especially when they get older, will be like, all right, I'm going to just, call it a day with this one. You feel what I'm saying? The unfortunate part about that, though, is that a lot of times when these dudes are in these monogamous marriages, they end up cheating because at a certain point, even though your girl is on point and she's cooperating and everything is all good, you still want some new sex here and there. You know what I'm saying? And so that's the thing. You know what I mean?
All right. Well, thank you, man. Thanks for clearing that up for me.
Yeah, bro. All right, I'm gonna holler at you, man.
All right.
Peace. Yeah, man. That monogamy shit is it's tough, bro. It's tough, people. I'm telling you. It is tough. Alright, let me see what this is. Hold on. Jesus Christ. You.
Mr. Locario.
What up? What's poppin'? Who's this?
What up? D-Weez, man. I be in your chat, man.
What's going on, bro?
What's with it, man? I wanted to call up and give a different perspective on the game for some of these cats out here, man. It's a volume game, man. It's a volume game. And if you've ever read the book Outliers, it tells you that it takes at least 10,000 hours to master something, right?
Right.
And if you really think about that, when you walk up to a chick and you spitting, and you like really spitting. I'm not talking about like you just kind of walking up to a chick and you just saying like some hot box shit and then you leave. I'm talking about like you really spitting. If you do that about 4 or 5 times a day, and you really do it to like 4 or 5 chicks a day on a continuous basis, that's about 1,500 times a year.
Exactly.
For you to get to 10,000, you're looking like at like 6 or 7 years in this game, and that's 4 girls consistently every single day, right? So for a lot of these cats out here that kind of wonder how long does it take me to get really good at game, honestly, it's going to take you about 6 to 7 years to really get comfortable and really good in this game.
Right.
And you're gonna get like some low hanging fruit here and there. You're gonna get some ass that you probably shouldn't have even gotten. It's just a part of the game. But for a lot of these cats out here, man, for you to feel really comfortable in this game, it's gonna take you about 6 to 7 years of real heavy spitting before you're really comfortable. And that's just kind of, I think that like lots of these young guys, they get out here, they talk to a couple of girls, and they kind of stumble here and there, and it's like, look, man, it's just a part of the game. It's a part of this shit, man. You have to just continuously be out there spitting. If you are at 4 chicks a day, and you really out here spitting, after 30 days, you're going to have you a little roster of chicks, man.
Right.
That's just kind of the reality of it, and that's just kind of how I think about it, man, because even if I'm kind of on the low and I'm in like a drought, in the back of my mind, I'm still that dude because I put that time in.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So even when your females and your girls fall off, you still that dude. Man, you can take me from one part of the country and move me over to the other part of the country with no females, nothing, and I still know that I'm that dude because I put the time in.
Exactly.
So I think that a lot of these young cats out here that kind of think and wonder how long does it take me to get good at game. It's going to take you a while, man, but it's a volume game. You just have to be out there spitting.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Real talk.
I love your shit. I think I heard about 2 years ago from Mac Lessons Radio, man, and I just continue listening because it's like going to church, man. You read the Bible from cover to cover.
Right.
You still got to go to church every Sunday.
I feel you. Nah, real talk. I appreciate that, bro. I appreciate that. You talking real shit right there because, you know, a lot of these dudes, what happens is that the reason why their game isn't on point is because it's like a sometimey thing for them. Like, they'll be like, oh, well, I'm going to try this out for like a few weeks, and then they don't do nothing for another few months, and then they try to jump back into it, and it's like, yo, it's like you got to be consistent with it. You got to maintain this. You have to be implemented in your everyday life. And you understand what I'm saying? So it's not necessarily where you got to be, you know, going out to bars 7 days a week and trying to holler at everything. But at the same time, you can't sit home for 2 months and not talk to nobody. You know what I mean? So you got to find that medium where you going in, right?
You have to live and breathe that shit, man. You can't just be this dude that's going to be at home or in your little job all day where you don't talk to nobody, and then all of a sudden at 9 or 10 o'clock at night, or you just going to turn it on and you're going to be that dude.
Right.
It doesn't work like that,
Exactly.
Man. You have to be that dude 24/7. You have to live and breathe this game, man. And that's all I have to say, man. I love you, shit. I'm reading your book right now, man. And just, you know what I'm saying? Also, Mr. Locario, some guys just are not built for this game.
I feel
you know what I'm saying? Sorry, I love all these cats out here, man, but some guys just aren't built for this game. You know what I'm saying?
It is what it is. That's what it is. You know, some dudes will find out sooner or later, you know what I mean? But it's like, certain cats don't even know yet, so they got to really go out there and see what they could put out, you know what I mean?
Real shit. Love the show, man.
Yeah, man.
I'll let you later, man. Peace.
All right, bro. Peace out, man. Yeah, man, that's the thing. You guys got to go in, man. I'll be trying to tell y'all. That's part of the thing with the Bad Boy membership, man. Is like, that's why it's installments every month, because it's a continuous thing. It's a continuous thing. You guys got to really, understand that shit. You know what I'm saying? Yo, what's going on? What's popping?
Yo, what's good, man?
What's good?
Pop. It's Justin from Jersey.
Alright, what's poppin' with you, bro?
Alright, man. I'm gonna make it real quick. So, I have a problem
like I don't have a problem like going after like anything 8 and below. 8 and below, I'm straight, man. I could just go up, kick some game, whatever. But anything like from the 8 to 10 range, that's when shit gets kind of like shaky. And I had this situation at work, man, and I was kind of like mad at myself because it was my second job. Like I quit my second job. I wanted to outlet these kids, but I never got around to it because I was just kind of like I had that kind of like anxiety thing going on. So, just, I guess my question is, what would you say would be a way to get over just going after the top shit? You have no problem like with the ones like I guess on the borderline.
Well, this is the thing. You gotta understand that most of that is really all in your head, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you thinking like because, like, name like what celebrity you think is like a 9 or a 10? You feel what I'm saying?
I don't know. Probably like somebody like Serena.
Serena Williams.
Yeah.
See, that's the thing. To me, Serena Williams is like a 6. You feel what I'm saying?
Damn.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, there's no fact that Serena Williams is a 10 because I just said she's a 6. You said she's a 10. Somebody else might say she's a 7. Again, it's only in your head. So that's what I'm saying. Because it's in your head, if you was to meet up or holler at a chick like Serena, you might end up feeling a certain way, and then that's gonna come out with how you talking to her. So you gotta be able to talk to all chicks like, yo, it's nothing. Like, it's all the same. I'm just seeing what you about. Like, the thing is, the trick is that when you're talking to them, don't talk to them as if, because this is what's going to happen in your mind. Because you see her as a 10, you're automatically going to put her in a higher level than you. And then what happens is that you automatically, to her, in her eyes, she's going to see you as lower than you because you subconsciously already put her higher than you. So you're going to act and step to her as if she is above you already. You see what I'm saying? And so what happens is that her response to you is always going to be that, oh, this guy, he's just some other guy that's treating me like I'm special or whatever, or he's, she's going to see that you're putting her on that pedestal. So you mentally have to make the decision to not see them that way, look at them that way. And then what's going to happen is that when you start talking to them, it's going to be a different outcome and energy that they're receiving from you. You see what I'm saying? Same thing as if you saw a celebrity. If you go up to a celebrity and be like, oh my God, I'm your biggest fan, yada, 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 all this other stuff, it's different than a person going up to that celebrity and just having a regular conversation with them. To the point where they don't even know that's a celebrity. It's a whole different vibe. So that's the thing you got to have with these chicks, man. And so, again, a lot of that's all in your head, bro. You got to understand that shit. So when you see that girl, or whatever girl you think is a 10, you can acknowledge that you think she's a 10 in your own mind, but also at the same time, make it be like, that ain't nothing. It don't matter. You see what I'm saying?
I feel you.
You feel me?
It's just like getting to the point of like actually like talking to them, like actually even having a meaningful conversation. But yeah, I guess I just gotta practice.
Yeah, you gotta just practice talking to these chicks because there's no fact that a girl is a 10 or a 9 or an 8. It's all your opinion, and also they're not gonna act different because you think she's a 10 or you think she's a 6. They're gonna act different because it's a different chick. She's just her own type of girl. So you gotta figure out who you're actually talking to in a situation. So a lot of guys get caught up in thinking because we use the rating system because it's like we talking to our boys, we're like, oh yeah, she was down with this and that, or she's a 6, whatever, and that's all cool. But what happened is that dudes started taking the rating system and make it as if a woman's personality type or how she's gonna act towards you is based off of how you rated her. So they'll be like, oh, she's a 10, so she's going to act this way. Or she's a 6, she's going to act this way. Or she's a 10, so it's harder to... And it's like, no, that's all in your mind. And then so what happens is she does become harder because you've created the reality that it's harder to get her. She becomes more of a unattainable thing because in your mind you've created that for yourself. You see what I'm saying? So that's the thing. You know what I mean? Because to me, truthfully, no chick... In my mind, no chick is really that hot until I talk to her. You feel what I'm saying? Like a chick might look cute, but I gotta investigate. So that's why I gotta really talk to a chick to see what it is. And because I look at them that way, because I talk to them that way, and I have that in my mindset, I already automatically condition myself to not be phased by the looks. You see what I'm saying?
So you kind of have like a thing where the personality plays into whether she's a 10 or not.
Exactly. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that right there already, what happens is when I talk to her, I'm talking to her to sort of test her out, and then by me even doing that, I become different than all the other guys who's trying to like get with her or try to impress her, because I'm not trying to impress her. I'm trying to see if she's cool enough for me to even deal with her. And then so by doing that on a subconscious level, she's looking at it like, damn, this guy is expecting more from me. He's evaluating me. You see what I'm saying? And then so that turns the tables now. So then a lot of times even what happens is that she ends up trying to qualify herself to me. You see what I'm saying? And then so that it's a whole different dynamic. You see what I mean?
I got you.
So yeah, man, you gotta flip that around, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, understand that's all in your head. You feel me?
I feel you.
All right, bro.
But thanks for taking my call, man.
All right, no problem, bro. I'm holler at you. Peace. All right. So I got to probably take one more call, and then I gotta head up out of here. So I gotta do some shit. Gotta get some shit going. But yeah, guys, remember to get How to Have Sex with Two Women a Day, the ebook, hard copy, audiobook. Make sure you go to MrLocario.com. If you get the hard copy, I'm going to mail it out to you. And also remember, it comes with 2 bonus audio programs. You feel what I'm saying? Yo, what's going on?
Well,
What up? Who's this?
this is Dewan from California. I'm surprised that you didn't get your call.
All right, so what's going on with you, bro?
Shoot, I'm in college and I kind of got this girl, and so like I want to know if I kind of like fucked up or not, or if she gonna call me.
So what happened? What happened?
So like we were just like, I know she got like other niggas and shit, and I don't really care, cause like we just friends and all. So I said like she came back and like she came out to hug me, and so I wanted her to come to hug me, and so she wouldn't, and then she walked off or did something, and she was like, "Where you at?" And so I told her I was going to my car because I thought she was leaving. I thought she was going home, and so she stopped replying. And then later on that day, she texted me. She texted me, and I put question marks. And
Wait, hold on. Wait, before we get into how do you know this girl? Who is this girl to you? Like, how did you meet her? Like, what's going on? What's the deal with this chick?
I met her through like from like I was trying to get at this one girl, but then she got a boyfriend, so I kind of just blew her off. But she set me up with her friend, and so I was talking to her friend for a while, and like we were texting and stuff, and then like we kind of got into like little conversation where we started like sexting and stuff.
And how long ago was this? When did this first happen?
When did what happen?
Like, when did this how long have you known this girl? Like, how long has it been since y'all know each other?
It was like been like 3 weeks to a month.
Okay. And so you've been texting this girl back and forth, sexting and all this other stuff. And then so what's happening now? Did you guys hang out? As far as like a date, did you kiss her? Like, what's going on with the sexual situation with this girl?
I kissed her, and then that's after I kissed her. That's when she started like kind of sexing me, and then but like the next day, that whole little incident happened where it was just kind of like a power trip thing. Like, she wants the power in the relationship, and then I want the power in the relationship, type of thing.
But see, this is what I'm trying to get at. So you say y'all was kissing, and then the next day, what happened?
The next day, like, she came up and like because she don't like my friend for whatever reason, and I don't care, like, and so like when I went up to her, like she stood there and she held her arms out for me to come and hug her. But I kind of stood there, like, I kind of stood my ground. I was like, I wanted her to come to me.
And so I guess she got kind of irritated and she walked off. And she went to her car. And usually I hang out with her after I hang out with my friends. But I thought she was leaving.
And wait. So this is what I ask you before we get into all that, because I'm trying to hear the story, but I'm like, is this the thing? So you met her. Y'all been talking for like 3 weeks. You kissed her. When did you kiss her? When did that kissing shit happen?
Probably probably like a week ago.
A week ago. And how old are you?
Yeah. I'm 20.
20. Okay. How old is she?
She's 23.
Okay. So a week ago y'all kissed, but y'all been talking for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
So you saying for 2 weeks there was no kissing or nothing happening?
No, like we had like this sexual tension going on between us, and then finally I just said fuck, and I did it.
And so y'all been texting and all that for 2 weeks, and then finally on the third week you kissed her, right?
Right.
And why didn't you escalate to like having sex and doing all the other stuff?
Cause I was actually trying to get her to my house, but she works too, so it's just like I can't always get her to my house.
And so what's happening now? What's the last thing that happened in the situation now? Because you talking about power struggles and relationships and all this. You jumping all ahead to some other shit. Because this is the thing, when you first dealing with a girl, right? You shouldn't be thinking about or worrying about any type of relationships, or there shouldn't be any power struggles. It should all be cooperation and sexual activity. That's what needs to be happening in these situations. You feel what I'm saying? So
yeah, I guess.
Right. So if there's no, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, the next thing you should text her is be like, yo, come through to my crib, or I'm gonna come through to your house, and we gonna get it going. We gonna have some sex. We gonna hook up. That's all that needs to happen. All of this, back and forth for her, because this was what's happening is that because you're not, and this is very important, because you are not leading the interaction and creating the situation, she now is sort of, you're sort of following her like lead and her situation of you talking about, oh, she's supposed to hug you and come over and do this and do that. It's like you got to have a direction of where you want the situation to go. So my question to you is, do you want to have sex with this girl?
Yeah.
Okay, so since you want to have sex with this girl, that's what you should be talking to her about and having conversations about. Not talking about some hug and all this other stupid shit. You feel what I'm saying? Like, your conversation with her should be, when are you free so you can come over to my house so I can blow your back out? That's it. All that other stuff is irrelevant.
But see, that we're not really talking right now. That's where I'm stuck at.
So wait, so why are y'all not talking?
I don't know, cause that's where I'm confused. Like, cause she just texting. I sent her question marks, and she hasn't replied. So.
And what were y'all? And what were y'all talking about in the texting that just happened? What was the texting about?
She said some stuff like, I said something about her lips, and she said, luckily I got 2 lips, and she's talking about eating her out. And then.
Okay, so wait, so you talking some sex shit, right?
Right.
Okay, so you're already in that conversation. So just look, hit her back up after you get off the phone with me. Hit her back up and be like, listen, when are you free, so we could come over, and so you come over and make this happen. Now, if she responds to that and says, okay, I'm free this day, whatever, then you set it up. If she's on any other bullshit, you just charge us to the game and then keep the shit pushing. You're wasting too much time on this one girl, man. And you say you in college?
Yeah.
Bruh, you know how much chicks are in college, bro?
Yeah. I'm actually talking to another girl too, but.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. Talk to other girls. See, you getting this thing, what they call it, one-itis, where you're fucking looking at this one chick as the main girl. No, fuck all of that. And they saying in the chat room that it might be too late because you've been bullshitting the whole time. And that's the thing. You gotta get on this shit. You feel what I'm saying? Because at least at this point, y'all texting or sexting, but you got to push it to the next level. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
All right. So, bro, I'm gonna holler at you, bro. I gotta head up out of here. But yeah, just do that and keep me posted. Let me know. Hit me up next week. Let me know what's good.
Yeah.
All right, man. All right, people. It is about that time. So, guys, make sure again, you guys get How to Have Sex 2 Women a Day ebook, hard copy, audiobook. Make sure you check that out. You feel what I'm saying? Also, I just did a cool ass interview with my dude Everett Overton, aka EO. I'm gonna drop that tomorrow. Also on Wednesday, I gotta do a interview with my dude Eddie Fuse, because Eddie Fuse drops that fire. I gotta holler at my dude Affy Kingdom, because I gotta do something with him too. But yeah, I appreciate everybody tuning in. You feel me? Let me shout out to all the people in the chat. Shout out to Tim G, MTL, Costas, Ross Goldberg, Al Ramir Johnson, Savage Z Savage, Lusafo, It's Akuma, Nor, Dinosaur, Got Juice, Freedom of Speech, my dude K Zagan, Will the Coldest. Shout out to you. Who else is up in here? Shout out to Eric Sampson, MTL, Junior Abad, Mike Gates. Who else? T. Williams. Who else is up in this spot? But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody coming through. I will be back on probably Monday, maybe. But definitely always Friday, alright? So I will holler at you guys later. Alright, remember the truth is inside you. Peace. I'm gone.